Ladies and gentlemen, recovery emo kids, welcome to Emo Kids Anonymous. I'm your host, Rob LaFoon. Unfortunately, my co-host, Amanda, could not be here today. We got a real special episode today, okay? We're taking things north of the border. I'm heading home, okay? Now, you might not know this. I kind of keep it a secret, but I'm a partial Canadian. And we're about to go talk to some real Canadians up in Atlantic Canada, the Maritimes. We're taking a trip to Nova Scotia for this episode with a band called Customer Service. They put out a couple EPs this year, mixed and mastered by Billy Menino, a friend of ours. Played over 100 fucking shows. They're grinding, they're styling, and they're fucking doing things the fucking good old Canadian boy kind of way. But before we get into that, let's handle some business. I need you to go follow, subscribe to the show. Stay up to date. You know, we got multiple interviews a week. We got episodes. We got a lot of shit coming down your fucking throat right now, okay? I need you to check us out at Emo Kids Anonymous on TikTok and Instagram, at Emo Kids Anon Pod on Twitter, EmoKidsAnonymous.com. You can go prescribe to the pod on Spotify or YouTube or Apple, whatever that shit is. NeverPhaseNetwork.com, at NeverPhaseNetwork as well. We've got a ton of cool lists and things like that going to be populating and propagating on that site real soon. It'd be awesome if you go check them out. We also have a Discord. It'd mean the world to me if you checked it out. Last piece of business, fellas, as you know, 1 in 3 of you are just fucking ignoring your face routine, and it's absolute dog shit, all right? And I have a lot of people saying, like, oh, Rob, like, you know, like, you're full of it, you know? Are we grifting here? Are we fucking grifting? Are we actually skinfluencing? Well, yeah, fella, I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lead you astray, especially when it comes to things like physical beauty and looks. It's important that we fucking stay looking good, and it's important that we stay looking fresh, you know? I've been told, you know, Rob, don't fucking ignore that T-zone, you know what I mean? Like, you got to make it look good, you know? I'm not trying to look like a catcher's mitt like my dad. So, thankfully, the pals over at Brodege, as you know, you go to brodege.com, you enter Emo Kids at checkout, and your first bottle of this shit is only $10. $10, okay? $10 is your key to looking better, looking brighter, feeling better, and feeling brighter, too. Seriously. I'm not joking about this. I use this every day, and honestly, in the past couple weeks, my face looks fucking 627% times more hot, honestly. I'm hearing that across the board from a lot of people. I did a poll. They said 627% more attractive because of the Brodege. So go get yourself a bottle. It's the Good Boy Protection. Brodege.com. Emo Kids at checkout. $10. Now, with all that being said, here's my interview with some good old Canadian kids, Customer Service. Eh?
Yo, how's it going?
Yo, Customer Service. What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Can you?
It's good.
It's like cut weirdly in here. Can you see all of us?
When it's how I see 2 of you. How many of you is there? It's like a
There's
clown.
3. There's about to be a 4th.
You're gonna have to like fucking, yeah. This is like, it's like a band, like, yeah. You gotta like push it back, yeah. Because like it'll cut to times where it's like fucking like it'll cut to just you guys but when it's just the 2 of us, like, or when we're like both talking, it's gonna show it like this.
Oh,
You're gonna
okay.
have to back, yeah.
Move this thing.
Sometimes I be getting motherfuckers like sitting on each other's laps and stuff because like it's fucked up. You gotta like back it up hard.
Yeah.
Go see how far we can get. Oh yeah. How's
There
that?
we go.
Can you still hear us okay?
There we go. Look, that works out great.
Can you hear us okay?
Oh yeah, I can hear you great. Everything's good.
Yeah,
we're good.
we're just waiting. We got one more up in the bathroom. He's just coming down and
All right.
Just
Well, fucking, let's go around the fucking room here. Who we got? Owen, Nick, Matt, Max. These are classic Canadian names.
And then Matt.
Owen.
I'm Nick.
Max.
And then here comes Matt.
Here comes Matt.
There we go. So you guys are, what's up, dude? You guys are officially the first ever Canadian band to come on the show. So you guys are yeah, the fucking, I don't know, the Jackie Robinson of Canada, of Canadian bands breaking through here. You guys are making a lot of fucking noise. Because once you emailed me, I also get a message from my friend Matt Batiste, who's like, he's like, oh, I'm interviewing this band you guys haven't heard of probably. Like, they're from Halifax. And I'm like, wait a second, Halifax? I'm like, we're interviewing the same band. He's like, yeah, customer service. I'm like, those kids are sick. I was like, those dudes are sick. They emailed me. Owen, you send a hell of an email, brother. Like a hell of an email, legit. I was like, okay, like this is worth checking out. Fuck yeah. Like same thing, Matt. I mean, Matt's probably fucking Matt's bigger deal, you know. He's probably got fucking, you know, like he's going through publicists and stuff like that. Like, but you got through to the email works, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you saw it. I've been seeing your stuff come up in my like explore page for a while now.
I apologize for that. It gets obnoxious.
No, I appreciate it. It's good stuff.
So, for the people that don't know here, I mean, you guys would, like you said in the email, grinding your ass off up there. We got a couple EPs come out this year, produced by Billy Menino, 150 plus shows. Tell these people who customer service is.
Closer to 100.
Closer to 100?
Yeah.
I might have embellished it. Brother, when you cross over from metric to imperial, that number goes up, brother. That's 150 fucking shows down here.
Small, just like I guess a small clarification. Billy mixed and mastered.
You mixed and mastered, right? Because you did them at home.
Yeah, there's a guy, Owen Williams from Halifax. He produced and engineered the record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Billy's awesome. Everything he works on is great. I mean, we chose him to mix it because we love everything that he's putting out right now. Like, I feel like he's like really killing that world of emo.
Yeah, no, he's like fucking Rick Rubin or something right now. That's when I see your thing, I saw it because it was, I was like, oh, it's recorded in Canada. And so I was like, oh, you guys did the drums production here. And then it's like mixed and mastered by Billy. I'm like, that's smart. You don't got to, because I was thinking about, I'm like, did they like fly to New York for this or something like that? No, okay.
Maybe someday. Not in the budget yet.
We have to grow.
Yeah, that's 150 shows.
Yeah, once you get 150 shows, then the big emo money kicks in, bro. Once you hit that fucking plateau.
There's a lot of it going around.
So I guess, let these people know who customer service is.
It's us. We're from Eastern Canada, so like 20 hours east of Toronto, so like pretty out of the way of anything. Like definitely a band like in the lineage of like a modern baseball, like Mom Jeans, like that kind of era of emo was kind of the first stuff we got super into. And yeah, just I feel like the whole ethos of the band has always been like the most, DIY approach, just doing it by playing as many shows as possible to as many people and kind of hoping it works out.
I don't think people, I'm going to literally put a map on this episode right here when you talk about that, because I don't think the average, like, I've lived in both countries, like half and half growing up. I don't think Americans understand like how fucking out of the way like maritime Canada in general is, like Nova Scotia. Like, you're so fucking, I'm like, I describe to people, I'm like, it's like, like a Maine or, Massachusetts, like that area. But like, imagine like way more north and also like way more east, like it's very remote. How did you guys fall into like this type of music in general as kids? Like, how old are you guys? Are you guys like late mid-20s? I can't even tell.
We're 22 to 27.
Yeah, okay.
A friend in high school had just kind of found the song 2 Beers In by Free Throw on like YouTube or something, and then that like just on maybe like a YouTube like mix playlist, and that was kind of the first emo thing I remember like hearing outside of like obviously like growing up on the radio you hear like Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, that doesn't
like,
fucking count. Yeah.
That never really like connected, and in my head emo was always super whack and like I thought it was kind of lame. And when this dude showed us Free Throw, I was like, I thought it was indie rock.
Yeah, right.
In my head it was like, oh, this isn't emo, this is just indie. And then from there it was kind of just snowballed. I think Mom Jeans was the next
second song. Like my cousin, like both these people, Amen, who showed us Free Throw, and my cousin, like they're not like emo people by any means. They just like this music. Like my cousin showed us Scott Pilgrim, the Mom Jeans song.
Sick.
And I was like, oh, this is like just a awesome pop song that like works with me. And then it's like you listen to the record and then you slowly like figure out, oh no, this is
a different type of thing. This is a different genre.
There's an avenue here that you can kind of go down a rabbit hole, and then like, I mean, as anyone who would have found their first band to explore the entire genre, it's like it's kind of like this endless pit of just like going from these bands all the way back to like now I feel like we've done it all to like obsessing over, like we really connect around like the roots of emo and like maybe that like the second wave people would call it, that 90s stuff, Braid and Promise Ring.
I love this. I love that there seems to be like this disconnect where like, because you mentioned like Panic and this, it's like people like my age and older, they're just like, oh, that's what emo is. It's these things. And I remember even talking to like some friends recently. They're like, well, emo's like a costume. I'm like, nobody under the age of 30 thinks of like their brain doesn't go to My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy. They go to fucking Mom Jeans or Free Throw or even like, like a sports or something like that. Like, is it, you guys are into cooler shit, basically. Like, it's so much cooler because that shit was embarrassing. Same thing. You're like, I'm like Panic. I'm like, I wouldn't have been that cool to me either, like, but you hear like a Mom Jeans or like, I'm trying to think of like getting to hear 2 beers in is my intro. Like, that's like if someone, like 10 years before that, someone shows me like Cute Without the E or something by Taking Back Sunday. It's like a pivotal moment. It's like when it cuts down to that fucking tag team like screaming part, you're just like, what the fuck is this? I've never heard anything like this before.
I also had that moment with that song. So like that's an awesome song.
Right? We're just like, fuck, what is this? This is a genre?
Yeah. Totally.
Were you guys in bands before this?
No, this is kind of
Nick was in high
school for like
what they call
show.
What they call?
It's called What's That Smell?
Yeah, shout out What's That Smell?
Shout out What's That Smell? Play the.
But no, this is band number 1. For pretty much like as far as like really saying like I'm in a band for all of us.
This is the only band any of us have been in that is like maybe I think played like a ticketed show at the very least.
Yeah, not just playing, like at a buddy's, like 3 of you figured out how to play, like, 3 covers or something.
Yeah.
Is there a pretty, like, prominent scene in the area, or are you guys kind of having to go out of your way to find other bands to play with and stuff?
It's pretty prominent.
Yeah, no, the scene's awesome in Halifax. It's kind of one of those, Halifax.
They have like their own, like they call it pure emo, like PIER emo, like a broken man on a Halifax pier.
Wow.
but yeah, it's like I don't know. It feels like it's a little more like scramsy, maybe.
Sick.
It's like the average pure emo. Like we're definitely like the poppiest emo band in Halifax.
The poppiest in the Damn,
like,
I did not realize there's a Nova Scotia scram scene.
Yeah, like bands like I Dialed Your Number and like Earth Moon Transit, Pinot Gringo, Breakfast Time. So it's like it's a good range of just like emo bands from Halifax, and they're all like really, really sick.
I'd also say like Halifax just from the get go has always had a great music scene
that's just emo. That's just the emo scene.
Yeah, that's just
like, there's like a really good like hardcore like Botfly.
Yeah,
I've heard of them, I'm not sure, but
they're
a sick band from Halifax.
And even like I'm gonna say like back to like the 90s where it's like you got like Eric Tripp and Sloan and Plumtree. Like Halifax was kind of the spot.
Sloan
like,
is from Halifax. Wow.
Yeah, like Sub Pop was signing bands from like Halifax and East Coast, and like it was just really like this Halifax thing through the 90s. And then I don't know, it's always been like a city of the arts and something that like it's always been like super alive, and people have always cared. I think in the 2010s, like everything, it got hard for playing shows, but that post-COVID resurgence, I think like it's kind of what we were able to fall into, where just like every kid ever was like, I'm ready to make a band, and you can get like 200 people out to a show with only ever playing like Halifax and being like,
that's the sickest shit ever.
It's really great here right now, honestly.
I think there's this like Canadian like innate, as someone that's lived in both, there's like a certain like, I mean, you think of the word like Americana, like there's things that are American, this and that, but like there's a certain like Canadianness to a lot of band where like even when I listen to you guys, like it feels like it has this like, not like rural exactly, but just like this like homegrown feeling to it, where it's like even in like a fucking pop punk song, I can hear like bits of like the Tragically Hip or like Sloan or like these where they just have like this Canadian feeling to it. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about at all? Is this like when you hear a Canadian artist versus an American artist, can you hear this difference, or is this me being fucking weirdly autistic about it?
I think you're weirdly autistic about it. I don't know if I've ever clocked
Me and
it.
Max have talked about it before, like especially like the Southern Ontario like punk bands, like
Yeah.
Single Mothers, the Dirty Nil,
Yeah, like
Pew Pew Pew.
Who's
There's like Billy Talent. Like
There's that-
really, yeah.
It's like
the
that voice.
vocalists do similar, like obviously like Drew Thompson from Single Mothers sounds so different from the guy from Billy Talent, but like there's like similar like just inflections and a similar
Yes,
vibe.
little
Maybe.
similar inflections, almost even like there's similar, like I can hear like in the influences sometimes in the guitars where it's like, okay, maybe you grew up a metalhead or a punk kid or this and that, but it's like you all grew up listening to the same 10 songs on the radio that your grandpa liked. You know what I mean? Like we all had to hear the same. We all heard Bob Cajun, you know, like that kind of shit. Where it like blends through. It's like even if you don't think you like it, like you end up kind of playing the guitar a certain way. So we have 2 EPs here. The first one, this is To You After 2,000 Years. It came out on Valentine's Day. The second one, If You're Here, You Must Be Fine, came out on Halloween, it looks like. Is this a coincidence?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's like we were like given, because with like releasing with Rowan Mountain, they have like they want to be able to focus on like your release instead of having it like, oh, we put out these 3 records today.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
were like, well, here's what's free. And they gave us a bunch of dates, and then like the first one of them was Valentine's Day, and we are like, that's awesome. Like that, like it just seems like it's like, and I think by that point too, we figured out the name. So it was like TU on Valentine's Day. We are
That's
like, that's
great.
just that's so sweet. And then the next time they gave us like a bunch of dates, we were like, oh, another holiday, let's do that again. And it also just made the most sense. We were like, it gives us the most time without like everybody and their dog is like, don't release in November to December. Like, don't do that because I don't know, busy time of year and holidays and all that. So they're just like try to keep it to like spring, summer, and early fall. And anyway, so I think we were just like, well, this one gives us not only is it another holiday, it also gives us like the most time to
That's
put
smart too. I would say, yeah, December sucks.
yeah.
Like we're all making our album of the year list, and like we're starting right now. Like if it comes out in December, like I feel bad, like it doesn't even fucking count almost, you know? Like Interesting. So we did these at home, like we recorded these drums, everything like that in Halifax.
Yeah, in Halifax, there's our producer Owen Williams has like a home studio, just in Dartmouth, which is just for the listener, there's just a bridge between Halifax and Dartmouth.
Any
where there's-
listeners here? Yeah, you guys. There's Dartmouth. There's Halifax. There's a place called Yarmouth as well, right? Yarmouth is a different place.
That's a little further. That's like South Shore.
Shout out Yarmouth. One of my best friends in high school, Kayla Stewart, she moved to Grand Prairie from Yarmouth.
Okay, sure. Shout out Lovia. Yeah, so we go over there and record everything except for drums, and we do drums in Spryfield, which is just like again, it's like Halifax.
This is sick.
but,
No,
like,
I'm literally gonna have a fucking map on this thing.
Okay. It's on the Halifax side, no bridge, and it's John Mullane. He has like a drum studio, and so Owen just goes over there.
I saw the name and I did like a triple take on that one.
No,
I thought it was the SNL motherfucker for a second. I was like,
There was a
damn,
long
Billy Menino and John Mulaney. Like,
these guys kept referring to him as John Mulaney, and I
did that a
in the
lot.
early stage, and I was like, are you sure that's his name? That seems like crazy.
there's no way there's just 2 John Mulaney's. Well, that worked out good. Then. You mentioned these different parts of Nova Scotia. I've never been, but my entire basis of Nova Scotia is literally Trailer Park Boys. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how accurate is that to the Nova Scotia life?
Kind of like, I mean, if you live in a trailer park, maybe a 10.
Yeah, there's like a
Depends
good
on
amount.
your economic situation.
Just like rural tropes are like super they're pretty accurate. Like it's not like I grew up in a small town. It's like 9,000 people, and it's not like oh every day was Trailer Park Boys, but it's like there's a lot of like those characters that like
Yeah.
are there, and like a lot of like situations that are like similar, but it's not like crazy. It's it's a TV show.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way when Letterkenny came out. I remember like first watching them being like, "Oh, this is Alberta." Like they're in Alberta because every state like those are like the hockey, this and that. I'm like, "Oh, it's in Ontario." Like, fuck, is this just But I tell people down here, I'm like, that's like the most accurate representation of Canada. Like the different groups. I'm like, there's the 4-H kids, the hockey kids, there's the fucking weird kids at the mall. Like this is how like Alberta was. I'm like, this must just be that's the universal Canadian experience. So
And
that's what I tell
way
people.
real. Like Letterkenny's like way more real. Like
Right?
way
Yeah.
more.
No, Trailer Park. I'm like Trailer Park Boys is like funny. Yeah. Like it's accurate. Like it's very Canadian in a way, but it's like most regular people aren't living like that, obviously. But then like Letterkenny's like, oh shit, like this is everyone. This is my whole family. Fuck.
Yeah.
How hard is setting up touring and the like over there? I mean, so there's 100 shows. Where are we? Are we doing most of these in Atlantic Canada? We're branched into the U.S. a little more, right?
We've been this year we've been starting to play in the States, and then but a lot of the time it's just going to Ontario so much. So it's like, like with stops, probably takes us like 19 hours maybe to get to Toronto, and like we played Toronto at the end of August, and in the venue, and then after the show we're outside across the street. There's the venue. Our poster's up. We're playing that spot in 3 weeks. Like we're just going through doing that Southern Ontario circuit so much, and then also playing a bunch of shows, in Montreal and Atlantic Canada.
Yeah, we play Toronto more than we play Halifax. Like, yeah, this year in particular.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Is that how we got? Is that how we Royal Mountain? Is that how we got their attention? Was playing in Ontario?
Pretty much.
We have a friend here called Daryl Smith who used to manage a band called Walrus who were doing pretty well, maybe like 2015, 16. And Daryl's, huge supporter of our band, and he kind of sent some emails on our behalf to some Canadian labels, just like encouraging them to come out to a show in Toronto. And that's how Royal Mountain came out and saw us play, and that's how it happened.
I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, Royal Mountain. I'm like, Mac DeMarco, Pop, like, I'm like, pretty heavy hitter for the area. Like, damn, good job, guys, good job.
As far as like Canadian music goes, it's like it's really cool being on like a label who's like definitely had as like some of the dopest Canadian artists. I think, yeah, Always, Orville Peck,
Orville, sick.
yeah, just some. I don't know. It's cool.
Orville's his drummer Chris Bowering was the drummer in my high school band, actually.
Oh no!
Yeah, when we were like 15 years old in Grand Prix. Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, Chris, he would have been. It's so funny because like now he's like tall and thin and punk rock and shit. But like he was like a chubby little, like little chubby kid with his drum set and like. So then he had to move. Yeah, I think they moved to Ontario. He had to move away, and then like a few years later, I see him playing in like cool ass punk bands, and then all of a sudden, I see like an Orville Peck live performance on TV, and I like catch a glimpse of him. I'm like, that's my fucking pal. Like, what?
That's
good
great.
for you, bro. Like, shit. There's a really like close knit music scene up there, I think, in general, though. So I imagine like being signed to a Canadian label, it's nice to have like people that understand that world,
Totally, yeah. I think like, I mean, I think the Canadian music and like it just works differently to the
Yes.
States.
Yeah, like on a literal like yeah, everything's like digital and virtual now, so like things like that matter less. But like in terms of like legitimate like music distribution and like getting songs played and the like, obviously, yeah, like Canada, there's just wonky rules that you got to work around.
Yeah, totally.
I was just talking to Matt actually like last week about those like the Maple laws and stuff, like getting like we're explaining to people down here. It's like, no, you have to have like Canadian artists and the producer and this and that like to get played. So like, do you guys think like have you guys been able to get like airplay and stuff because of, like do you think this is helpful to you?
Only really we've had like a couple like like CBC like a couple songs like on CBC, and then like college radio, but like no like Sirius or anything up here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely like a little bit of stuff. And I think it is, I mean, yeah, it's helpful to anyone. It gives you such a higher chance of getting on there when like 80% of the music they have to play is Canadian.
Exactly. And a lot of it needs to be like, yeah, across the board, mixed Canadian, written Canadian, this and that. Like, he's breaking it down. He's like, oh, this is a Canadian artist. This one isn't. We can play this cover by an American act because it's technically Canadian, this and that. I'm like, these are like, if you had a good band, like if you could really take advantage of this, but then, on the flip side, like it could also be more difficult. Like trying
Yeah,
to
we
break it into the States.
we don't do this, but a really funny like thing that's we know of like some Canadian bands who what they've done is like y- you can because there's a big market for like French Canadian music as like our secondary language being French. So
Yeah.
like will like they're an English band through and through, but then they'll take their song and just like record it in French or do like a French verse on something, and then all
Damn.
they're making like right on French radio because the market's a lot smaller. Like you can get in like there's way less French bands, so like they're just like writing French music and breaking like this French Canadian scene just
Have
from
you guys
like.
considered doing this? Just like
We've joked
we've joked about it, but like at the end of the day, it's like
I think it'd be hilarious.
it'd be really fun. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll say screw it and re-record some more songs with French. But like,
I was
as
gonna say,
now,
how's the French? You guys are taking it in school, obviously. Like, cause mine sucked. I moved there like a year after kids started taking French. I quit it in like the 7th grade. I suck. But like, can you pass?
yeah, no, we're not. We all probably took it in school for like easily like 5-10 years each. But like, we probably all lost it. Like, we struggle when we go to Montreal to order something on a menu.
Owen's got it the best, I think.
Yeah, I can speak okay French, but like it's like when you go to like Quebec, if you try to order anything in French or speak in French, they'll just immediately respond to you in English.
Yeah,
I've never been to Montreal. Are they nice to the English speakers there? I've always heard like these.
Like, I think it's just like you gotta think about it where it's like they're like a minimum wage worker who's like, I'm not gonna like hold your hand and walk you through this French interaction just for your benefit. They're
Yeah.
like, this is making it more difficult for me. They're probably just like, I can tell you're English, let's just do this English kind of,
Right,
you know?
yeah, especially like
It's not like a rude thing, I don't think. I think it's just like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
especially if you're in like I think as you get like more rural, maybe you get a little more uptight. But if you're in Montreal, like they probably all are bilingual. If they're younger, they probably have like less of an attachment to like the French, the French Canadian thing. It's just like, brother, just speak English. Like I'm trying to fucking look at memes here, like you're slowing me down, kind of thing.
some of the gas stations that you stop through, like on your way to Montreal, you'll get someone who like does not know English at all.
Yeah,
like,
that's the stereotype that like once you get outside of it, like they'll kind of they want French, and if you do English to them, they won't fucking play along.
it's like for booking a show, it's like Montreal is the only place that's like really possible to book a show for an English band. So much of like everywhere else in Quebec, like they won't even read your email if they sense that it's been like Google
translated.
or something, because like it's so like even Quebec City, like the second biggest place in Quebec, is like a way more French place, and I don't know, there's like Rimouski, like all these other smaller places in Quebec are just like
Wow.
not gonna. If you play there, it's probably not gonna be a great show, or it's gonna be a hard time trying to even get a venue.
Fuck. These are like places that I would like. I haven't been to Canada. Since like 2016, and I moved away from Canada in like 2008. So like it's been a while, but like I hear these names and these words, and it just like you're giving me like weird nostalgia of like remembering like seeing them on TV and stuff like that. Like
You're like, oh, Rimouski.
Rimouski. I'm like, yeah, this is city names. It's like, oh yeah, of course there's Dartmouth. I know, like I've never been to these fucking places, but like growing up as a Canadian kid, I would like see them on TV. But yeah, you see them referenced or something. It's like I've never been to any of these places. I've never been east of Edmonton. Like.
You said you're from Alberta, right?
Yeah, I don't want to.
No, please.
50%. I grew up in well, I'm from. Yeah, I guess I'm from Alberta technically. I wasn't born in Alberta, so I don't. Yeah, because it's tough. Because
Where
I
were you
also
born?
know I was born in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
I was born in Hawaii, but my mom is from Alberta. My grandpa, like my mom's family, they're from Grand Prairie, Alberta. They're from like Dawson's Creek or something, but they lived in Alberta in Grand Prairie. And my dad's family's from California. So it was like back and forth. Like I'd go stay with my dad at like on the holidays and stuff, and then I'd go to school like at my mom's place. So like I'd fly down to in San Diego. I'd fly down and spend the summers and Christmas down here, and then I'd fly back to Grand Prairie for like the school year. So it was like, I was always like, it's tough to like, to the Canadians, like I'm never like a real full Canadian, I was an outsider, but down here to them, they're like, oh, Rob's Canadian, but it's like,
My parents are split, and I was like doing 20-minute drives, but actually like flying between your parents, like that's another level. That's crazy.
oh yeah, no, it's like between countries, like, yeah, like I'd go down, it was wild. Like I was telling someone the other day, like, I mean, especially Alberta, they're behind the times. Like I remember I'd go down to San Diego, and I got some Vans slip-ons. And like no one wore the Vans slip-ons up there yet, I guess. And I remember showing back up, and it's like everyone's like clowning on you, like, "Oh, those are this is the 2000s," so they'd call you fucking gay slurs and stuff like that for your shoes. And then like like the next semester, everyone's wearing them, and I'm like, "You guys are dicks!" Like, these are cool. Like I found these in California, bro. Like this is cool, but just like.
Like next semester, like yours are all beat to shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and they're all like, "Bro, you look like the poser now." I'm like, "Brother, like fucking like I brought the trend to the nation, bro. Like, like I invented this. Like,
I was on the front line,
right? Like, yeah, no, like, bro, I'm the fashion icon here. Like, shit, I went to San Diego. Like, I saw people who have been to LA.
You'd be like talking to a customs officer and just being like, "What's the reason for your visit?" And you're like, "I was going to see Dad."
Right? Yeah, yeah. No, I remember like, because I'd have to go do customs as a kid. I remember and I'd be there on my birthday, and I flew back one year, and they asked me, I'd fill out the customs form, and it's like, "How much stuff you bringing back?" I was like 12, and I got like a PlayStation 2 or something, and like some games or something maybe. So like I wrote like, "Oh, like I got like $900 worth of gifts or something." I didn't know how customs worked. I'm a dumbass. And then I go through, they're like, "Yeah, you got to pay taxes on this and that." And I'm like, "Brother, I don't have any money," kind of thing. And they're like, "We need 300. They ended up taking 30. And I'm like, in hindsight, I'm like, did you just shake down like an 11-year-old kid?
Literally.
Like, there's no, because I would have been like 11 or 12. There's no way they're doing any official form where it's like, "Oh, he owes 300. Oh, we'll just take 30. Like, that's not how.
Yeah.
It's not how the revenue service anywhere works. Like,
well, what do you got on you right now? What do you got on you right now?
What do you got on your fucking persons right now? Yeah.
Your pockets we'll make it work.
That's literally what it was. Have you guys played anywhere in that part of Canada yet?
We've not gotten out there yet because it's, I mean, from like the end of Ontario, it's like from Thunder Bay, it's for like 17 hours to Winnipeg will be like the next stop on tour out there. Maybe it's less than that, but it just is such like so now that we have visas now to play in the States, so I think the plan will maybe be to duck down, come back up. We have some friends and some bands out that way now too, so hopefully we're planning to get out there hopefully this year at some point.
They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. No, but you guys, yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it is, you dip in and then you can go up and you can do like your Winnipeg or your Calgary or, I mean, Vancouver or something like that. But I think just logistically, like you said, I know every time a tour is announced, I see people from up there just like, "Why isn't this coming here, this, that?" I'm like, Canada's too big of a country. Like, it's logistically, like, places aren't supposed to be that big, like, it's tough when you're it's a 15-hour drive, I mean, like, do you guys remember Target? Like, there was Targets up there. The Target didn't work because of that.
What do you mean the
Target?
Like Target, you remember the Target stores?
Yeah.
There was Targets in Canada like 10 years ago. They started doing Target. They replaced all the Zellers with Targets.
Yeah.
And the reason the Targets didn't work is just like the logistics of like it down here, like there's certain like, distribution hubs and they're closer areas. Whereas like up there, like if you're like outside the metropolitan areas, like it's such a far distance that they couldn't keep the shelves stocked basically because like logistics wise, like it's too big. They have to have people going hours this way, hours that way. It's too spread out. It's too spread out. It's like touring.
You remember getting a Target and then it closing down and just being like empty.
Yeah.
It was a front.
It was a huge thing, yeah. Like I remember all the Canadians were all excited, like, and I was like, "That's super cool," like, because they bought Zellers and then they were Targets, and then they were gone in like a year, and it didn't make any sense. But like,
everyone like just didn't like the Targets because they weren't stocked with like they're like it's not like the American Targets. They're like you might as well Walmart because they weren't really able to do the same thing.
Yeah, it kind of sucked, right? Like that's everything I saw where like people go to Targets, they'd be like, "Yeah, this is not the Target we've heard about. Like this isn't that cool."
Yeah, exactly. That's
this
all.
Is not the Target you're looking for.
Dude, this isn't the Target we've dreamed about. Like this isn't the one we've heard legends of.
Promised land.
Yeah.
So over these 100 shows, do we have a worst one so far?
Yeah, I think we just had it. Yeah.
Oh no, Oshawa was worse.
Oh, Oshawa.
Yeah.
Oshawa.
Yeah, Oshawa, Ontario. We like Nick lived in Toronto for a little bit, had some friends and some bands in Oshawa. Oshawa's like kind of like a suburb of Toronto, maybe. I think it's technically its own town, but
just outside the GTA.
It's like a 40-minute drive from Toronto. And we had a venue boats, and Nick had some friends who played in some bands from Oshawa, so we were like, okay, we know some people there. Hopefully we'll get a bill together. It'll probably be an okay show. It was like a Tuesday night or something anyway. And
But you gotta get into the promise.
That's the
oh yeah, so
that's the
we're
automotive capital of Canada.
so we're emailing the promoter, and he's like, you don't need any local bands because I have this guy called Jay Boom who plays every Tuesday night at my club, and he sells it out. He's like, this guy brings so many people to the show that
So many booms.
you aren't allowed to sell tickets. You're gonna make enough money off merch, and which that should have been the first red
And
flag
he said there's a lineup around the block.
around the block.
For J Boom.
Yeah,
Jay Boom.
we show up and there's like, we don't really know anything about J Boom. We show up and
Yeah.
there's like 4 like old like kind of metalhead looking guys playing on stage, and we're like, oh, are you guys sound check? And they were like, oh, like we're just playing. We're like, oh, like I think we're playing, like we're supposed to be doing a set. And they're like, yeah, you can just hop up at some point and like play if you want. You can use all our gear. And we're like, empty. Room's completely empty. And we're like, have doors opened? They were like, doors? And it kind of just turned out that then we talked to the bartender, and J Boom supposedly had been let go a couple weeks ago. No one had told us.
Oh, so that wasn't J Boom at all.
That wasn't J Boom.
Okay.
So anyway, there was just this group of like 4 dudes up there playing Zeppelin covers, and we like tapped them out for 25 minutes, played our set. They started playing after us. Not a single person was there.
We shot it.
But the worst thing though is we like tap them out, and like one guy goes back to the sound booth that's at the back of the room, like to like do our sound, and the other 3 guys just kind of disappear, and so now the room is just completely empty except for one of the band who's at the back.
Like, you were at least there for their
And-
set.
And our 2 camera guys that are they're just our friends, and they come on tour with us, and they like will like shoot video or like pictures
Yeah,
like just
just,
because they want to, and they're just there like and like actually the music video for This Is the Best Night of My Life has like a bunch of footage that's like a live show, and it's like all from that show.
There's these 2 women
Yes.
from like they're like just like the bar was like 2 rooms, like it was like 2 parallel rooms with a wall in between, but there's like a window. There's these 2 women like kind of like periodically like watching the set, and they gave us $100 at the end of the show because they felt really bad for us.
Yeah, like
I would have
was
given you the money out of my wallet too, boys. I would have felt really fucking bad.
I like sat at the booth with them, and they're like, oh, like, do you guys have a place to stay tonight? They're like, oh, like, you know, this is all part of it. You guys just got to keep going. We're like, oh, like, we weren't too bummed about it, but it kind of made you more bummed because they're like, oh, like, come on, it's okay. Like, and you're like, oh yeah, shit, this was kind of bad. And then they're like,
yeah, maybe this was kind of a fucked up experience.
yeah. And then they're like, do you have a place to stay tonight? And we're like, oh, like, we already got a hotel. And they're like, oh, you guys shouldn't have done that. Like, you guys can stay with us. And they like she gave me her number and was like, I promise I'm not creepy. She was like, I just, next time you're in Oshawa, like, you have a place to stay. And like, then she gave us $100. And that was like, so like, the after show was like success a little bit.
There
You
we
know,
go.
And I hook up in Oshawa, so we have a place to stay, and we got $100
And a music video.
and a music
And you
video.
got content for a music video, and you got a great fucking story.
And we
Yeah,
went back.
video.
We went back to the hotel room, and every single person on the floor had their shoes out in the hall. I don't know if it was like a thing. It was new to me, and it smelled so bad. And then we were all in the hotel room. We're all kind of like bummed out because it's like over time it kind of gets worse because you're like reflecting on the show.
Yeah, you're
like,
just kind of sitting there, like reflect, and then like you're like in a hotel, you're like this is all very lonely. Like this
yeah,
is
you're like
fucked
this
up,
is
maybe.
this is not great. And like it smells really bad. And then Spencer is like, oh, I got so much good stuff for the music video though. He's like, can you guys go out in the hall and do a conga line into the bedroom, and then like we'll do like a pillow fight. And we're like, man, what? Like we're and then but that's all in the video. We did it that night. That was all there.
The bartender at the show is like, she was pissed drunk too.
Yeah.
It was this like maybe like 35-year-old woman like hammered out of her mind, running around the place like screaming and laughing, just like she got like adrenaline at one point and started like carving her name into the bar,
This
like
is
hanging out with her friends. It was like
And
the
there's like
place was crazy.
there's like no one in this bar except these 2 women who felt bad for us.
you're like it's literally empty. It's just the staff, the fucking the Led
the-
Zeppelin metal fucking cover guys.
Bartender and her 2 friends who were all
Right.
just like so fucked up. That was definitely the worst show.
And it wasn't also, this wasn't like how many people were in the bar. It was like how many people were in Oshawa. Like you went out into the street afterward and it was just like ghost town. Like I felt like there was just gonna be like a stray dog
Like,
run out of nowhere
what
and
the
just
fuck
like
am I
just bark
doing
at me.
here?
Like it was like ghost town except for like the 5 souls in that bar.
Those are the kind of shows that make you like really like question like every they make you, it makes you guys more bonded and stronger and stuff like that because there's a moment afterwards where you're just like,
They're the most
should I
memorable.
just fucking go work at the fucking car dealership or something? Like I have a buddy that works on rigs. I can give him a call. Like fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It's not too bad.
Right? Yeah. You're like fuck. It's not so bad. Like he's got a fucking truck. And he's got a snowmobile. Like I don't know. Like I don't need a snowmobile. I'd like one maybe. I don't know. I'd find time. Fuck. That's such like that right there. That feels like these are things that I feel like are just like charming Canadian experience. Like that feels like a small town Canadian bar. Like down here it wouldn't be like that. Down here at some point they're pulling a gun on you or something like that. Like it's a little less friendly, you know, and it's just like those are like, yeah, it's like Canada's nice. Like the stereotype of Canadians being nice is true, but like you guys don't realize how like kind of drunk and greasy it could get at times. Like it's kind of like a little sheen of like degeneracy on like smaller town Canada that makes it charming to me.
Yeah. It's like nice because there's like gun control.
It's weird too because it's like I don't even I've lived in both countries. Like people in Canada, like at least in Alberta, like they have guns. I think like they
Alberta's
go
like-
hunting and stuff. They do, but like they're just not. They're just down here. They're like it's something like in their heads or something, bro.
Yeah, you go to a bar in the States and someone is able to be piss drunk and then also have like a
Insane.
strap to their hip, and you're like, oh, okay. At least in Canada, if you own a gun, it has
Yeah.
to be locked.
Yeah, it's like yeah, like there was guns up there. Like my stepdad, like he had guns, but like now that I say that, it's like I never saw them in my life. They were in a safe. I've never saw the safe
Yeah.
opened like that. Yeah. Whereas like I hear stories down here. I've heard multiple stories from people of like people just having guns in like paper bags in their closets. You know, like
Like, oh fuck, I left my gun at the bar last night.
right? Yeah, like fuck. I actually. As you're telling me that fucking terrible show story, I swear I told this like a couple interviews ago to a different band, but like I played a show in San Diego one time where it was like half rock, half hip hop. It was like, you know, some shitty local promoter, and we were the last rock band on the show. And he's like, oh, the rappers start after. And we were supposed to play at 9, and we end up playing at like at 11:30. You know, it just goes on forever. There's technical difficulties. It's a nightmare. But then after we played, the rapper right after us, we had left, like I had left immediately. During the next set, there was a shooting at the bar. And it's just like, well, fucking, you know, it's like, that should be like very stupid. It's like, I tell people, I'm like, oh, there's a shooting at that bar. They're like, oh, shit, like, yeah, I guess we shouldn't play there anymore. I'm like, guess we shouldn't play there anymore? Like, guess, like, we should really rethink a lot of things here, guys. Like, we were almost victims of fucking gun violence here. Fuck. Beautiful. Where in the States have you guys played?
We've played like just around the Northeast, so like kind of like we just did a tour and we kind of went from like, you know, top like Mass and like kind of worked our way down. I think as south we went was DC.
We
You know,
got
so we
some,
did-
we
we
got some
like-
pals and American bands here you guys were playing with and stuff like that?
Yeah, we get definitely some like we've played with some American bands who've came up here before, so we've met some people that way. And then just a lot of people just, you know, through the internet, just kind of cold DMing people and being like, hey, can you help us throw a show? And like, you know, some people who would want to hop on this bill and kind of just, at least for right now, kind of almost like, you know, it's kind of like a Hail Mary, just hoping the shows work out and the locals have like a good draw. And then hopefully after a couple runs, we'll meet like the right people. To,
That's it's kind of like, yeah, like trial and error with that kind of like, because like stuff can be like online one way, like even with this like show, like we like there's been guests we've had like where I'm like, oh, these guys got like fucking 50,000 100,000 followers and listeners, and like that episode's gonna go crazy, and then like fucking none of them actually come check it out kind of thing. Like it's tough to kind of gauge what's real. Like a band could have a large following online, but like do they actually get people to leave their house and go to the show, you know?
yeah.
That's the tricky part. Do we have want to give some love, any American and or Canadian bands that you guys have toured with that we really fuck with here that maybe the listeners of this show should be aware of if they're not?
we toured with a band called Broken Vow, who's like a West Mass like vegan straight edge band. Um, and I think they're like one of my favorite bands we've ever played with for sure. They were signed to Triple B Records, and they were like, playing some pretty they like played with Strife and some pretty big like hardcore bands down in the States. They were like relatively well known. But yeah, that band super sick.
Sick.
I think my favorite band on this American run was Static Brian from Philly.
Static Ryan? A Static Grind?
Brian.
Like
Static Brian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like my
Bri-
little brother's name, just like the fucking
Brian.
guy's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it with an I or a Y?
Uh,
Was it just my fucking brother? Was he like 6'3" white guy, kind of chubby, blonde hair? Fuck, never mind. I was like, damn, like, I think my brother lives in Victoria. This doesn't make any sense, but they have the same name. Shit, like, I don't know. Okay. Because you guys mentioned Central Mass. There's a band you guys kind of like have like a similar vibe with that I just talked to like a couple weeks ago. Do you know the band Good Sleepy?
I do not know.
yeah.
They did their record with, I think they did one of their EPs with Billy, but they did their recent record with they did their EP with Billy and Chris from Hot Mulligan, and their recent one they did with what's the Crime and Stereo guy, Gary
I don't know their names.
Gary Cioni. Gary he's the other big engineer producer besides Billy.
So there's Billy and Brett are like, I feel like the two big ones that I know, but Brett's like the guy from Avalanche.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Brett, what's his
But-
last name? Coleman.
Brett Romnez.
Okay, yeah.
But then I know
I know the Crime and Stereo guy does do stuff though.
Yeah.
I'll check these guys out. Good Sleepy.
Good Sleepy, yeah. The name be pissing me off sometimes. Yeah, and they put out a song last week. It was
Yeah, it's like
the
the-
name was like ZZZ. I got fucking heated about that. I'm like, bro, like I'm the one that has to like promote this for you. Like I'm gonna sound like a jackass. Like
Sounds like the most Gen Z coded name ever.
Good
Which
Sleep.
makes me think of 6-7 or something.
Yeah, it's good sleep.
right,
there's a-
yeah.
you think there's a
Next year, the next customer service EP that's gonna come out on fucking, I don't know, Easter or Martin Luther King Day or fucking Labor Day or something. It's gonna be
Come out on
6-7.
It's
gonna be
June
6-7.
7th.
6-7.
It's gonna come out on June 7th. There you go. Wow, yeah.
So
Oh,
sick.
Seven.
There is a band called 6-7.
The lo-fi artist.
Yeah, shocker.
Shout out 6-7.
Shout out to the 6-7 band that already exists. Yeah, respect.
Yeah. I wonder if they existed before.
I hope
Rip.
so. I hope so.
They're
for
like you
those.
with the slip-ons.
Right?
They-
Yeah. They're like, move the fucking slip-ons, right? Yeah, they were ahead of the game, bro. These guys were,
They're probably-
honestly,
they're
trailblazers.
Getting beat up for having a stupid band name.
Right? Yeah, brother. Yeah. It's part of life, honestly. It should happen to every band, honestly, at some point. Like, at the end of the day, when you're like going around with a group of guys and you're kind of like going by a name together, it's like, it's either like a gang or like a theater trope kind of thing, and both of those are kind of red flags in general.
You gotta get your ass kicked once.
Yeah,
for doing
like, you gotta tough it out, like it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just part of life. Yeah, you gotta handle it. Besides that worst show, do we have a best show?
That show usually like whenever we do a record release show in Halifax, it's usually the best. It's just like all the family and friends and like everyone from our local scene, and like it's that's the show where there's the most singing along from the crowd. And yeah, those are definitely always my favorite. Probably all of ours.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Sick. Yeah, local crowd, see like actual friends and family there and stuff like that. That's nice. It's nice there's like that fucking like support system there too, because like it's really like remote places like that. I think people just kind of like get a little more tight knit like that, Like I'm in LA, there's no fucking scene here like that. Like if I were to do something, my neighbors and friends, no one would give a fuck almost, But like
It's nice because like nothing comes out here. Like no tour packages come through Nova Scotia. Like a lot even miss Montreal, So it's like in those places where nothing else comes through, like the bands that everyone's really excited to see are local,
yeah.
which which makes the local shows so much better. People wouldn't give a fuck about their local bands as much if
No.
the Rolling Stones were playing every Friday night.
Oh, dude, that's everything. Like here in LA, even like with sports team stuff. Like I think about like Canada, like how they, like Edmonton, like the Oiler fans and this and that. And down here, like it's like I live in LA. At any given moment, if I were to look at what's happening today, it's like, okay, there's a basketball game, there's a football game, there's fucking do I want to go see LeBron James or Justin Timberlake or fucking anyone in like at any moment there's 20 of the biggest things in the world happening here, and when that much shit's happening, it's like nothing's happening really because none of it is special anymore, like I remember in Grand Prairie the first time like Alexis on Fire came to town, it was like like we had a football game that day. Kids missed our football game because they're like, we gotta go to Alexa. They went and got tickets like when it fucking happened. Like it was like a citywide event. They played the arena. I saw Alexis on Fire here the same day that the Raptors won the NBA championship at the Wiltern. Me and my buddy got tickets on StubHub for $6.
Well, jeez.
Right? It's like things aren't special here in the same way as they like in a smaller community when you have like you get proud of those local bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's awesome. Speaking of, there's so many awesome photos of Alexis on Fire. I think they were coming out here super early, and we had an old venue called the Pavilion, which was like a 200 cap, like kind of like rec center vibe.
Sick.
And there's awesome pictures of like Alexis playing like small ass places in Halifax, New Brunswick, and stuff from back in the day.
This perfectly leads into my next question here. First Canadian band. So I really don't know how to translate this to Canada, but what is the Canadian Mount Rushmore of punk band, alternative, any sort of the Canadian Mount Rushmore, the four bands? I mean, obviously, like you don't got to be like we're gonna like not Tragically Hip and Rush and the Guess Who and that kind of shit. Like the four bands, the musical artists that made customer service who they are. Like in your world, who is the Mount Rushmore?
Should we each do one?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is kind of like a Rorschach test. However you guys answer, it kind of says a lot about you.
I'll say Single Mothers from London, Ontario.
Thrush Hermit from Halifax.
Fresh Hermit.
Thrush Hermit, yeah. It's like Joel Plaskett's old band from the 90s.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say like Botfly, like especially on like a personal level, like helping us out with a lot of stuff.
Sick.
Yeah, super sick band.
You said Single Mother, so I assume
Oh,
it's pretty
I'd probably throw shout out Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Avril Lavigne and Joel Plaskett.
right there. Yeah, it works out.
Well, Eric Butler from Mom Jeans is technically Canadian, but I guess they're an American band.
What? Really?
Yeah, he's from like small town Ontario.
He's from Hamilton.
Hamilton, Ontario.
Is he
So one of those.
He's Canadian kind of in the way that like I'm Canadian, where it's like, or like the way basketball's Canadian and like the boner Canadian, like it's kind of kind of depends on how you want to claim it. Depends on if they're worth claiming or not. You know what I mean? Okay. Shit, I did not know that at all. Damn. There's a like, I mean, because you mentioned Avril though, but like, as fucking dumb as it sounds, like, bro, I was there, bro. I was a little kid when that Avril shit went off. Like, you couldn't fucking, you had to stop dressing kind of punk because you kind of ruined it because everyone thought you were like an Avril kid. Like, I remember showing people being like, oh, this fucking skater boy here. I'm like, bro, like, I found No Effects like 3 months before this. Like, please let me have like my moment here, fuck, Avril, like the Avril and like the Good Shark, like and Simple Plan, like they had to hit right at the same time. I found like AFI and stuff. Like it wasn't cool. Like fuck, it really did a number on me.
Damn, bro. You were always just dressing bad, I guess. Huh?
I know, yeah, no, I have a history of looking, bro. I mean, I'm literally wearing like a fucking mesh fucking football practice jersey right now. Yeah, no, the dress, the wardrobe and things aren't fucking great around here. No, not at all. A lot of questionable decisions, but I'm taking risks. Okay, like
yeah, I respect it. You just take the risk at the wrong time,
right?
You just keep
I'm taking them at the very wrong time. Yeah, I'm very much a wrong place. Yeah, wrong time kind of.
It's like bridge jumping when there's a boat coming out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, it works out. Like I'm like, hey, come on, guys. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm the type of motherfucker that's just gonna. I told someone the other day, like, I tweeted. I said something. Leisure Hour. You know the band Leisure Hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking told him I was like I'm gonna their new single. I was like want to fucking bounce on it, crazy baddie style or something like that. And I fucking I was like, I'm sorry guys, I'm 36. I thought I was using these words right. I don't think that's how you use the slang. I mean well. I'm sorry, Reagan. I'm sorry, Isaiah. Like you guys, like we're cool. Like you know what I mean. And they're just like, fuck. I'm like, God, like I'm not trying to out myself as Ankh here to these people. Like fuck. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Anyways, before I let you go, 2026 coming up here. What's the customer service plan here?
Hopefully doing at least like two more US tours. Not sure if we'll get like out to California
I was gonna
and
say, you're
stuff.
gonna come to the good part of America, or you're gonna fucking keep hanging out there in the Northeast, the Midwest?
We're gonna keep the bad spots probably. We're probably gonna do a good like Northeast. I think we're gonna try and like do a run, which is like kind of like starting up Northeast and kind of moving down the East Coast. We want to try and get to Charlotte, North Carolina. Play some shows down there, and then I think maybe try and get through the Midwest as well at some point. Yeah,
Those are
touring Canada.
realistically the proper places to play. Yeah.
Yeah, they're closer to us.
I feel like just a lot of shows.
A lot of shows. That's the
Yeah,
main. That's
the main goal.
the main thing.
There's a big thing when American bands play Canada and things like that involving like you know what are they for? Like customs and things like that, like border crossing and taxing. Like, are these things kind of a fucking hassle for you guys crossing the border? In a way?
Yeah, it's worse. It's like a shoe on the other foot is so much worse.
We had to cancel 30 shows in America in August because our visa didn't get cleared in time.
You're fucking kidding me.
We applied for it in January and it didn't get cleared for August.
Yeah.
Jesus.
American, you just don't have to be a criminal. Like you can come play a show. You can show up at the border with zero announcement and a guitar.
And it's just like thousands and thousands of dollars for us to get down there too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's
They're
so
like,
fucking...
so what's your plan? It's like, well, we're gonna go down and make $0.
Like, yeah, we're gonna go do this. Yeah, we're just gonna get fucking hosed. No big
Yeah.
deal. After fucking spending all this time filling out paperwork and then getting fucking ignored. Yes.
It's like the idea is, we'll drive like 20, 30 hours, and then go play to like a handful of like 17-year-olds, and just like hope that they like us.
Oh, here we go. Computer was plugged in but still died.
Whammy.
We lost one guy. It's go to a different band's band practice. We're back.
You're good. You're good. I think we're good. Hopefully, we should be good. Yeah, once the thing's fucking plugged in. Yeah, it says it's uploaded. We should be good. I think it all fucking worked out. Fucking before I let you guys go here, couple questions to wrap it up. What is we're at the end of 2025 here, and like we said, fucking end of the year.
Oh God,
it's tough to get on these lists and things like that. What is your
mine
personal
would probably be,
like albums of the year for 2025?
Bambi, the new Anxious record.
What's the new Black Country record? Forever How Long?
The new Anxious record?
Yeah.
Sick. Great pick. Yeah.
Bambi would probably also be mine, but to something different. Off the top of my head, like the new EP from Big Boy, I think like Love Songs EP, California, like Bay Area hardcore bands.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you
In the
like
Bay
the
Area?
Big Boy? It's like, what?
You said Big Boy. I thought you meant the dude from Outkast for a second. Right?
No,
I was like, damn, I didn't know Big Boy put out I'm a big fan
they like
of him
share
and
members
Andre.
with
I didn't know this.
Just off the top of my head,
Shit,
that's all.
Okay.
I really liked the new Ben Quad record. I listened to it for the first time the other day. I don't think it would be.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, we were supposed to I was supposed to interview them last night, but they had to reschedule. So I'm bummed. We'll hopefully have them next week. But yeah, that was I was hyped up on that one. Because that new record is great, and I feel like there's like there are bands where like I don't personally love the new Ben Quad or Hot Mulligan as much as like I like other bands, but like they're
Yeah,
perfect bands where it's like Ben Quad could get big. Like they could play that shit on the radio on like Halifax rock radio,
like some of
and like the
the
normies would
last
vibe with it. You
banquets,
know what I
like
mean? Like in
I
a
was
way
really big on that
they
first
wouldn't
record,
with
the
other
2020.
bands in our world.
And then some of the last, like the EPs and singles they've put out, it's not really hit. It's like, you know, obviously it's good music. It's just not really hit for me in the same way. But this new record, I was like, it's definitely my favorite thing they've put out. It's so good.
It's really,
Yeah.
really well done.
It's like I love
and just like it, like
you know,
there's like a
combining
nice
like the
blend
super
of like
melodic vocals
different
with like the more
shit in there.
scramsy stuff. It's really cool.
To where right, yeah, and like there's like I think they do a good job of like it feels same with Hall Mulligan where it's like it kind
Yeah.
of feels like it has that like 2000s emo-ish, third wave-ish, like has like a slight tinge of it to make it comfortable to like other you know to like other crowds like the emo traditional type, you know, like pop punker people that are going to the When We Were Youngs and stuff like that. Like they kind of walk that line well where I hear it and I'm like, this sounds like it could have came out in 2004, but the guitar work is like 2025 because it has that like, you know, that second wave Midwest, like, you know, when guys started really like
All the
noodling
drumming
like
too. Like
motherfuckers,
Ben
'cause
Quad's
that was
drummer is
absent in the 2000s.
absolutely
We
out
didn't,
of his
yeah.
mind.
They
Those
didn't know about
parts
that
are
shit
so
back then.
crazy. It's so awesome.
Yeah, no, they're a band that, yeah, I could see them. I could see, to me, it's just a matter of like if they get these band, like there's a few bands in our world where if they get it on like the right thing, like radio's not the same as it was before, but just like getting it in the eyes of like these normies that wouldn't that aren't the type that are going to shows and shit regularly. They're not in the scene, but like if you go
Yeah.
show those kids from your fucking like high school or something, like a Hot Mulligan song or something, like you can get them. Like we can get them, like, you know, like these bands can get big outside this world. It's just like you got to show it to them somehow. I don't know how we do that, but like that's the shit, you know. It'll ruin the vibe at the shows because you'll get a bunch of weirdos, but you'll all be making more money. So I'm for it. Like it'll fuck up the vibe, you know, with the Nirvana, you know, Kurt Cobain kind of. You get a bunch of jocks and shit at your
Yeah.
show, but like
True. I'd love a
you'll
hot
be able to
tub.
buy a hot tub, and you won't have to have old ladies slip you $100 at the shows. You know, it'll even out. I love a hot tub. I love a hot tub. I hope you guys get a hot tub. That would be nice in the winter. Before I let you go, do you
The
want to tell
worst.
these
Customer
people
service
where they can
.ca on
find you on the internet?
Instagram.
Because if you just go type in
That's
customer
kind of our
service in
main.
Google,
You can
it's gonna
find
get fucked
everything
up, right?
from there. Just customer service on Spotify. It should come up first, hopefully. No.
That one's easy enough. You guys got Twitter? Twitter's a good time for the bands. It's like for the networking for the bands. Like I feel like that's where they get like chit chatty, but like you'll fall into a hole there. It's good. Stay going outside. You don't need a Twitter on your phone. Well, on that note, thank you guys for joining me. Happy to have you be the first Canadian band on here. You know, this is
Canadian geography.
I hope the people watching here have learned a fucking thing
There's
or
no
two about Nova Scotia, Atlantic Canada. Geography in general, yeah. I hope we.
Dude, thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me.
appreciate
We
it,
talk
man.
about
This has
been
motherfuckers about
awesome.
geography. Yeah, I hope this is good. No, of course, and seriously, keep fucking just doing what you guys are doing. Like literally, like me and Matt, both of us, like right away for like just to be like they emailed you, like because bands hit people up with, you know, things like this all the time. We get fucking hit up. And a lot of times, just not even like on a dick level, just like ignore it because there's too much shit. Like, you know, it's like, I don't know if I don't, you know, and it's like your email came through like right the right time, or just like, oh, fucking Nova Scotian. Like, I'll fucking check that out. Like, hell yeah, Canadian. And then I'm like, this is fucking sick. I'm just like, fucking, you worded the email very well where it's like, this is professionally done, but it's not like you're boasting, but you needed to fucking let people know like what y'all done.
Hell yeah.
Really good. You
We're
got me
coming
and
for
Matt
you,
right
Sloan.
away. So just keep harassing people like
Um,
that, and y'all can be the next motherfucking Sloan or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
not yet.
No,
Sloan.
it's
Come to fucking
there's
show.
five
Classified
faces
is classified
now.
from Nova
Classified.
Scotia?
Classified.
Classified's from Nova Scotia. Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, right. There we go. Yeah, no, I know my
Better
fucking I remember the Maritime song.
Better
Okay,
Classified for
I know,
real.
yeah.
He's the best.
shout out. That's all I got. We should end it on that note.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest Canadian white rapper.
Sean Classified,
Potentially.
one of the greatest Canadian white rappers.
Oh, actually, yeah. Yes,
Snow?
dude, I told you him. I was listening to it when we were in Toronto.
Informa. Now,
Is Logic.
how are we classifying white?
Oh,
I don't know.
white,
he's
white?
kind of.
Aubrey fucking Graham.
No,
Count yourself.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Drake?
We
Do we count
can't. We
Drake
can't
as
call
white?
those
I think if you can
shots.
say
No,
the
I
word,
don't-
you don't
Also-
get to claim this team.
Yeah.
Even if he was,
Yeah.
Drake doesn't make.
This is a great
Drake
way to
doesn't
end. Yeah, let's really
declassify
dive into
Yeah,
race
no,
stuff
Drake
to wrap
Bosch.
this show up.
Yeah,
this,
Drake-
this should go great for everyone. All right.
Drake's did.
We're going. Yeah.
No, I
Greatest
know-
Canadian rappers. Yeah, the guy from Swollen
Yeah, yeah,
Members,
please.
Sean Desmond. Do you guys? Sean Desmond. This might be before this.
It's
is-
like patois.
All right. Do you actually?
I'm good. White.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay, we know.
Yeah, bro. This
No,
was the
give it to
biggest.
Classified.
That went like
Classified.
number one in like the whole world, bro. Oh my god! Like it's fucking.
Yeah, I
Is
Yeah, no, he
I'd
had like
take-
his
I'd
brother
take
was like
Snow.
a
Is he
fucking
from
like a
Halifax
hard like
as
he was
well?
like running drugs and
No.
shit. Snow,
What,
yeah.
You can't take him over class.
bro, his name is Snow, and his record that's huge is called 12 Inches of Snow.
You think he made?
I forgot about that. Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
thought it was like some
he's
cornball
fucking
shit as a kid,
awesome,
but like
bro.
no,
I
he's
mean,
like a
it's like-
full on
it's
drug
crazy,
dealer,
like,
and there's
patois,
hog
but
references here and stuff. Like, yeah, it's borderline like kind of like, but it's one of those things where like I remember watching
that's
a
like
doc
the
about him,
weird
like
gray
all the
area
like
that
all
happens
these
in
patois
Toronto
like
when we
Jamaican
get
dudes
into
are like,
that,
no,
but-
we get like he's one of us. Like he's cool to talk like that. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, that's like same thing with Drake, where it's like he's talking like, why is he talking like this? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just like a very
Yeah,
like the
it's
most
strange.
diverse city in the world, and you'll just
But-
fall into pockets,
I
where all of a
guess-
sudden you're in like the fucking West Indies.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Shout
Yeah,
out Classified.
Snow is from
Shout
North
out
York,
Snow.
Toronto, Ontario. So
Jordan,
Classified, you get the
Jordan's
nod.
my favorite.
JRD.
You could have a good life. You could have it all.
If you want the fast car,
You could have
Jordan.
it all.
you know. Your love is like magic, baby. Oh. You know.
Who's
that?
JRDN, best Halifax artist of all time.
Whoa.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, his face would be up there too. Maybe
Yeah.
just be
Him and
classified
April
as Jordan.
Wine.
It'd be classified Jordan, April Wine, and Avril Lavigne.
This show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators dedicated to keeping the spirit of the scene alive. Our network of creators make social media content, they share music news and reviews, and of course bring you great podcast content. For more information, please visit neveraphasenetwork.com and follow Never a Phase Network on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kid Anonymous. Check it out, you did.